Welcome to WiserReads, the channel where we dive into the world's most powerful books and bring you their wisdom in clear, practical summaries. If you're passionate about learning, growing, and sharpening your skills, you're in the right place. In every aspect of life, from business deals to family decisions, our ability to negotiate shapes the outcomes we achieve. Yet most of us think of negotiation as a rigid process, a set of strategies and tricks that, if followed step by step, will guarantee success. Michael Wheeler, in his groundbreaking book, The Art of Negotiation, reveals why that traditional view falls short. Negotiation, he argues, is not a fixed formula, but a living, dynamic process that resembles improvisation more than a script. In this book, Wheeler draws on insights from psychology, game theory, and real-world stories to show that the best negotiators are not those who stick to a single plan, but those who adapt, improvise, and respond intelligently to the unexpected. He explains how uncertainty is not something to fear, but something to work with, turning surprises into opportunities. Whether it's adjusting to shifting priorities, handling difficult personalities, or navigating high-stakes decisions, the art of negotiation lies in being flexible without losing focus. The art of negotiation is not just about securing the best deal, it's about building relationships, fostering trust, and creating outcomes that benefit everyone involved. Wheeler empowers readers to prepare deeply, listen actively, and stay creative in the moment. His message is clear. Negotiation is not about winning or losing. It's about mastering the dance of interaction, where adaptability and awareness are the keys to success. So, let's dive in and uncover the key lessons from this transformative book. Negotiation is improvisation. Negotiation is often pictured as a carefully scripted performance where success depends on sticking to a plan. Michael Wheeler challenges this view, showing that negotiation is closer to jazz improvisation than to following sheet music. Just as jazz musicians prepare with deep practice but respond creatively in the moment, negotiators must be ready to adapt to shifting dynamics, unexpected offers, and changing priorities. No script can predict every move the other side will make. Instead, the most effective negotiators use preparation as a foundation, not a prison. They enter discussions with clear goals and strategies, but they remain flexible, listening closely and adjusting their approach as situations unfold. This mindset turns uncertainty from a threat into an opportunity. Improvisation in negotiation doesn't mean winging it or being careless. It means balancing structure with spontaneity. By combining preparation with openness, negotiators can stay grounded yet agile, shaping outcomes in ways that rigid plans could never achieve. Ultimately, Wheeler reminds us that negotiation is a living interaction, and those who can improvise skillfully are best equipped to succeed. Embracing uncertainty. Uncertainty is often seen as a barrier in negotiation, but Michael Wheeler argues that it is actually an opportunity. No negotiation unfolds exactly as planned, and unexpected challenges or shifts in the other party's position are inevitable. The key is not to resist uncertainty, but to embrace it as a source of insight and possibility. Negotiators who thrive in uncertain situations are those who remain flexible, attentive, and responsive. By observing changes, listening carefully, and adjusting strategies in real time, they can turn surprises into advantages. Wheeler emphasizes that over-reliance on rigid plans can lead to missed opportunities or stalemates, whereas adaptability opens the door to creative solutions that satisfy all parties. Embracing uncertainty also requires emotional resilience. Negotiators must manage stress and maintain clarity, even when outcomes are unpredictable. Wheeler shows that uncertainty is not a weakness. It is a natural part of human interaction that, when handled skillfully, can lead to more innovative agreements, stronger relationships, and better long-term results. Ultimately, successful negotiation is less about controlling every variable and more about navigating uncertainty with intelligence, flexibility, and creativity. Those who can do so transform challenges into opportunities and gain an edge in any negotiation. Preparation as a foundation, not a script. Preparation is often seen as the key to negotiation, but Michael Wheeler warns against treating it as a rigid script. While preparation is essential, its true value lies in providing a foundation, not a fixed roadmap. Negotiators who rely solely on predetermined plans risk being unresponsive to changing circumstances and missing unexpected opportunities. Wheeler emphasizes that effective preparation involves understanding your goals, anticipating potential challenges, and researching the other party's needs and priorities. However, the prepared negotiator must remain flexible, ready to adapt strategies as new information emerges. Listening actively and observing subtle signals during the negotiation are just as important as the plan itself. By treating preparation as a foundation, negotiators can balance structure with creativity. They enter discussions with confidence, clarity, and knowledge, yet remain agile enough to improvise solutions, respond to surprises, and explore mutually beneficial outcomes. Preparation becomes a tool for adaptation and insight, not a rigid script that limits possibilities. Ultimately, Wheeler teaches that negotiation is a dynamic process. Those who combine careful preparation with flexibility and responsiveness are far more likely to achieve successful, lasting agreements than those who follow a script blindly. Learning to listen and adapt. Listening is one of the most powerful tools in negotiation, yet it is often overlooked. Michael Wheeler emphasizes that effective negotiators do more than present their case. They actively listen to understand the other party's needs, priorities, and underlying interests. By paying close attention to verbal and nonverbal cues, negotiators gain insights that allow them to adapt their approach in real time. Adaptation goes hand in hand with listening. No negotiation unfolds exactly as expected, and the ability to adjust strategies, tone, and proposals based on new information is what separates successful negotiators from the rest. Wheeler highlights that flexibility is not indecision. It is a conscious choice to respond intelligently to the evolving situation. Active listening also builds trust and rapport, encouraging the other party to share information and engage more openly. By combining careful listening with agile adaptation, negotiators can identify creative solutions that satisfy both sides, even in complex or high-stakes scenarios. Ultimately, Wheeler teaches that negotiation is not a static contest, but a dynamic interaction. Those who master the art of listening and adapting turn uncertainty into opportunity and increase the likelihood of achieving agreements that are both effective and lasting, shaping the game as it unfolds. Negotiation is not a one-way process. It is a dynamic interaction that evolves as both parties respond to each other. In Shaping the Game as It Unfolds, Michael Wheeler explains that skilled negotiators influence the course of negotiation while remaining flexible to changing circumstances. Rather than following a rigid plan, they engage with the unfolding situation, identifying opportunities to guide discussions toward mutually beneficial outcomes. Wheeler emphasizes that shaping the negotiation involves subtle strategies, such as framing options, highlighting shared interests, and adjusting proposals based on real-time feedback. By being attentive to the other party's responses, negotiators can redirect conversations, manage expectations, and uncover creative solutions that might not have been apparent initially. Importantly, shaping the game does not mean manipulating or coercing. It is about steering discussions thoughtfully, combining insight with adaptability. Negotiators who can shape the flow while remaining responsive to new information gain an advantage, fostering agreements that satisfy both sides. Ultimately, this chapter reinforces Wheeler's central idea. Negotiation is a living process. The ability to actively shape the interaction while staying alert and adaptable is what transforms ordinary negotiations into strategic, successful outcomes. The power of flexibility and creativity. In negotiation, rigid thinking can limit opportunities and hinder success. Michael Wheeler highlights that flexibility and creativity are essential tools for achieving better outcomes. Rather than clinging to a fixed plan, effective negotiators remain open to new ideas, alternative solutions, and unexpected opportunities as discussions evolve. Flexibility allows negotiators to adjust their strategies in response to shifting priorities, changing dynamics, or unforeseen challenges. Creativity enables them to craft innovative solutions that satisfy both parties' interests, often uncovering value that a traditional, rigid approach would miss. Wheeler emphasizes that combining these qualities transforms negotiation from a zero-sum contest into a collaborative process where both sides can win. This chapter also underscores the importance of thinking beyond conventional boundaries. By exploring multiple options, reframing problems, and considering the negotiation from different perspectives, negotiators increase the likelihood of mutually beneficial agreements. Ultimately, Wheeler teaches that the most successful negotiators are those who embrace uncertainty with a flexible mindset and apply creativity to solve problems. Flexibility and creativity are not optional skills. They are the foundation for adapting, innovating, and turning complex negotiations into opportunities for lasting success. Balancing competition and cooperation. Negotiation often involves a delicate balance between competing for your own interests and cooperating to achieve mutually beneficial outcomes. Michael Wheeler emphasizes that the most effective negotiators recognize when to assert their goals and when to collaborate, adjusting their approach depending on the situation. Competition can drive favorable results, push for concessions, and protect one's priorities. However, excessive focus on winning can damage relationships, reduce trust, and limit long-term opportunities. Cooperation, on the other hand, fosters trust, encourages information sharing, and often uncovers creative solutions that benefit both sides. Wheeler stresses that blending these approaches strategically allows negotiators to achieve strong agreements while maintaining positive relationships. Successful negotiators read the context, understand the other party's motivations, and decide when to be firm and when to compromise. By balancing competition with cooperation, they can navigate complex negotiations, protect key interests, and still build partnerships that endure beyond a single deal. Ultimately, Wheeler teaches that negotiation is not simply about winning or conceding. It is about finding the right balance. Those who master this balance maximize value, strengthen relationships, and achieve outcomes that are both fair and sustainable. Managing emotions and building trust. Emotions play a powerful role in negotiation, influencing decisions, perceptions, and outcomes. Michael Wheeler emphasizes that successful negotiators must manage their own emotions while understanding and responding to the emotions of others. Losing control or letting frustration dominate can derail even the most carefully prepared negotiation. Building trust is equally essential. Trust encourages open communication, fosters cooperation, and allows both parties to explore creative solutions. Wheeler explains that trust is not given automatically. It must be earned through consistency, honesty, and empathy. Small actions, such as active listening, acknowledging the other party's concerns, and demonstrating reliability, contribute to a strong foundation of trust. Effective negotiators combine emotional awareness with strategic thinking. By staying calm under pressure, expressing themselves clearly, and showing respect for the other party's perspective, they can create an environment conducive to problem-solving rather than conflict. Ultimately, Wheeler highlights that managing emotions and building trust are intertwined. Negotiators who master both can navigate tense situations, maintain positive relationships, and increase the likelihood of reaching agreements that are not only successful, but sustainable. Emotional intelligence is therefore as crucial as strategy in achieving negotiation excellence. Framing, anchoring, and influencing decisions. In negotiation, how information is presented can shape perceptions and influence outcomes. Michael Wheeler explores the techniques of framing, anchoring, and influencing decisions, showing that subtle shifts in presentation can have a powerful impact. Framing involves defining the context or perspective in which a proposal is viewed. By emphasizing certain aspects, negotiators can guide how the other party interprets options, risks, and benefits. A well-crafted frame can make a solution appear more appealing without altering its substance. Anchoring is the use of initial offers or reference points to set expectations. The first number or idea introduced can heavily influence the negotiation's trajectory, creating a psychological benchmark that shapes subsequent discussion. Beyond these techniques, Wheeler emphasizes ethical influence, persuading without manipulation. Effective negotiators communicate clearly, highlight shared interests, and guide decisions in ways that maximize value for both sides. Ultimately, mastering framing, anchoring, and influence allows negotiators to steer conversations strategically while maintaining trust and collaboration. By combining these tools with flexibility, creativity, and emotional intelligence, negotiators can achieve outcomes that are both favorable and sustainable. Navigating complexity and change. Negotiations rarely follow a simple, predictable path. Michael Wheeler emphasizes that complexity and change are inherent in most negotiation situations, and the ability to navigate them effectively separates skilled negotiators from the rest. Complex negotiations involve multiple parties, competing priorities, and evolving circumstances, all of which require flexibility, attention, and strategic thinking. Wheeler advises negotiators to break down complex problems into manageable parts, identify key interests, and remain alert to shifts in the environment. Understanding the broader context, anticipating potential changes, and preparing alternative approaches enables negotiators to respond effectively when unexpected challenges arise. Adaptability is crucial. Negotiators must adjust their tactics as circumstances evolve, using real-time information to guide decisions and maintain momentum. Collaboration, creativity, and continuous learning help uncover solutions that satisfy multiple parties, even in intricate scenarios. Ultimately, Wheeler shows that navigating complexity is not about controlling every variable, but about responding intelligently and proactively. Negotiators who embrace change, stay flexible, and think strategically are better equipped to handle uncertainty, resolve conflicts, and achieve lasting agreements that withstand shifting dynamics. Ethics, integrity, and long-term relationships. Negotiation is not just about reaching immediate agreements, it's also about maintaining credibility and fostering relationships that endure. Michael Wheeler emphasizes that ethics and integrity are fundamental to successful negotiation. Acting dishonestly or manipulating the other party may yield short-term gains, but it erodes trust, damages reputations, and undermines long-term opportunities. Wheeler highlights that negotiators who prioritize ethical behavior build stronger, more resilient relationships. Demonstrating honesty, fairness, and respect encourages cooperation, facilitates information sharing, and creates a foundation for future agreements. Long-term relationships often offer greater value than a single deal, making integrity a strategic as well as moral imperative. The chapter also explores how ethical negotiators handle difficult situations, manage conflicts, and maintain consistency between words and actions. By upholding high standards, they influence others positively and foster a negotiation environment where collaboration and problem-solving thrive. Ultimately, Wheeler teaches that ethics, integrity, and long-term thinking are not constraints, but tools for sustainable success. Negotiators who combine skill with principled behavior gain trust, achieve better outcomes, and ensure that their agreements are lasting, mutually beneficial, and respected over time. Learning from successes and failures. Negotiation is an ongoing learning process, and Michael Wheeler emphasizes that both successes and failures offer invaluable lessons. By reflecting on past experiences, negotiators can identify what strategies worked, what missteps occurred, and how to improve future outcomes. Successes provide models of effective approaches, showing how preparation, creativity, adaptability, and relationship building can combine to achieve favorable results. Studying these wins helps negotiators recognize patterns and replicate strategies that consistently yield positive outcomes. Failures, on the other hand, are equally instructive. Wheeler stresses that mistakes are not signs of incompetence, but opportunities for growth. Analyzing failures reveal blind spots, communication errors, misjudged assumptions, or overlooked variables, allowing negotiators to refine their skills, anticipate challenges, and respond more effectively in subsequent situations. Ultimately, Wheeler teaches that continuous learning is essential for mastering negotiation. Those who approach each experience, good or bad, with curiosity and reflection develop greater insight, flexibility, and confidence. By integrating lessons from both victories and setbacks, negotiators enhance their ability to adapt, innovate, and achieve lasting, mutually beneficial agreements. Thank you for joining us on WiserReads as we explored The Art of Negotiation by Michael Wheeler. This book reveals that negotiation is far more than a rigid set of rules. It's a dynamic, creative, and human process. Wheeler teaches us that success in negotiation comes from preparation, yes, but also from the ability to listen actively, adapt in the moment, and respond to uncertainty with flexibility. We learned how to balance competition with cooperation, manage emotions, and build trust while using tools like framing, anchoring, and influencing decisions ethically. The book also highlights the importance of learning from both successes and failures and treating every negotiation as an opportunity to grow and strengthen long-term relationships. Whether you're negotiating business deals, personal matters, or everyday decisions, these lessons are practical and transformative. They remind us that negotiation is not just about winning, it's about creating solutions that work for everyone involved. If you found these insights valuable, don't forget to subscribe to WiserReads for more book summaries that help you grow, learn, and become wiser every day. Hit the bell icon so you never miss a video, and let's continue exploring the world's most powerful ideas together.